growing up, I knew nothing about hostels, had never heard of a hostel, had only seen the movie, and everything I knew about them was very negative in terms of that movie where people were dying. But I was going to South Africa to work for the University of Texas, and one of my colleagues, who was also a grad student, and one of my homeboys, he was going to work too, and we went 3 weeks early to travel all around South Africa. And he's backpacked before. He backpacked in Southeast Asia, and he kept telling me, you know, don't trip. We're gonna get there, and it's gonna be straight. Everything's gonna be good. And I was like, okay, we got our tickets, but where are we gonna stay? And he's like, man, don't trip. Everything is good. We'll figure it out when we get there. And I'm like, yo, listen, man, I'm not good, because where are we gonna stay? We going to a whole nother country. If I was traveling to another state, I would want to know where I was gonna stay before I left. That's the one thing I want to know. And he was like, you know, I can tell you're stressing about this, but if you want, you can find a hotel or a hostel and then give me the information or contact them and stay. And I looked and I was like, man, Johannesburg is big. I don't know where to stay. So I was stressing. And once we got there, we just found a hostel. We checked in, we got a room. And ever since then, I've been staying in hostels because I figured out it's easy. You don't need a reservation. You just get the information and you show up. And really, they're just giving you a bed. And this last trip I took to Colombia, I was here in Panama. I got a $124 flight round trip to Medellin, back to Panama. I got on the bus. I took a taxi to a hostel that I had found online, showed up, no reservation. Asked them if they had a bed. They said, yeah, we got a bed. This is at 8 at night. And really, I didn't spend no time in the hostel. I just slept and showered there and hit the city every day. And I paid $7 a night. And that's how I did this whole Central American backpacking trip. I would find a hostel online or go to a bookstore and take pictures, because I wasn't buying the book. I take pictures of the different list of hostels, because the Backpackers Travel Guide or Lonely Planet Shoestring on a Budget book is like $100 or $60. I wasn't paying for that, so I take the pictures for every city that I was gonna visit, and when I got there, I would just check into the hostel. No reservation, no nothing. And it's funny because in the past I had traveled and just needed a place to lay my head and shower, and I paid for a hotel. If I wouldn't know about hostels, I would have never paid for a hotel, because I was never spending any time in the hotel, just showering and sleeping.